Amazon's new MMO, New World's release date has been delayed to spring 2021. By now, this is probably old news to most of you, but man, it still sucks. Because with New World out of the picture, we are basically relegated to play old games for the next few months, and I was really looking forward to diving into something new. Luckily, at least, on August 25th, New World will begin a closed beta test. Anyone who has ever signed up for New World Alpha, anyone who has pre-ordered, or anybody who has participated in previous alpha tests will get access. In addition, the NDA will finally be lifting, so people will be able to stream and make videos about the game directly. Plenty of content creators have touched on New World, tippy-toeing around what is going on in the game due to the NDA, but with it lifting, people who have been following the game, desperate for real solid updates, will be getting them in droves on the 25th. I will be personally uploading a video on the game and trying to stream it with my teeny tiny stream to give you guys my true analysis from what I know of the game, but for now, let me share my thoughts based on what I have heard as we hold out for the beta to start in 2 weeks from now. Firstly, when the game got delayed, I was both a bit happy and sad at the same time. I had a few videos planned out to make for you guys that basically got thrown in the trash can, but at the same time, it kind of gave me a bit of hope. From my experience, when an MMORPG developer gets feedback, they tend to just ignore it. Devs can sometimes be really stubborn, especially from my experience playing Korean MMORPGs or Blizzard games. I'm used to seeing all feedback given by the players just completely tossed aside. It's obvious though from this delay that the devs were listening and are also pretty ballsy to bust out the delay so last minute like they did. If they had released in August, we would have a game to play, but it would have likely been several years of game development thrown away in 1 week of playtime. From what I've been hearing, even from the most recent stress test that New World held, they made improvements to some of the things that others had been complaining about, so they're definitely heading in the right direction. Obviously, I can't specifically iterate on any particular issue due to the NDA, but let me give you guys an image of what I perceive the game's state to be in. And you guys know how I sometimes use those long analogies to explain stuff? Well, this time, it's definitely no exception. I'm totally going to use another weird analogy, but let's imagine you've got this friend from high school. His name is Bef Jesus, who makes it big. He comes back home and he says, "Hey guys, I want to do something for my friends. I'm going to make a super badass movie theater for all of you buddies from high school." And you're just like, "Wow, cool, thanks Bef." So Bef spends like millions of dollars and he designs this beautiful movie theater. It's got reclining seats with heat warming pillows, air conditioning, top of the line surround sound with the biggest screen you've ever seen in your life with free drinks and snacks. It's freaking awesome. And so you and your friends from high school, you all go there, you buy some snacks, all the cool kids and the jocks head inside, but just as the nerdy PvE kids are about to enter the theater, suddenly the bully from high school is sitting at the entrance and just kicks their ass and steals all their snacks. They're like, "Wow, what the hell, Bef? This sucks, I can't even get in the theater." And Bef is like, "Yeah, it's open world PvP full loot drop, but don't worry, the bullies can't take what you're wearing." And so the nerdy guys are like, okay, let's just get in the side door and let's just sneak in there. But bam, the bully comes in, kicks their ass again, all the nerdy kids get all their snacks stolen. So they go to Bef again, they're like, "Listen Bef, the theater's cool, but we can't even get in because these high school bullies are just being dicks. We're leaving." So Bef is like, all right, hang on. Because of the bullies, I've decided you can only beat up people if they say it's okay, and no more stealing snacks. So then the nerdy kids can finally come in the theater with the cool kids. They're sitting down, they're eating their snacks. The bullies, however, they just lose their shit. They start running all over Reddit and forums and Discords complaining how Bef's theater sucks and no one should go play it. Even though the bully signed an NDA, he doesn't care because he's a bully, of course. And for a long time, this is all anybody really hears about Amazon's New World MMO. It's just a bunch of angry PvPers who can't get the full loot drop that they were expecting. But meanwhile, in the actual theater, the other kids all settle down into their comfy chairs with their tasty snacks presented by their good friend Bef Jesus, and it's truly the most amazing theater that anyone has ever had an opportunity to sit in. The curtains pull back on the screen, the reel starts rolling, and the movie's opening credits come up, and the movie sucks. It's absolutely unequivocally one of the most boring, plain, uneventful movies you've ever seen. Halfway through the movie, you still don't even know what the movie's about. So now everybody has this dilemma. They really want a reason to hang out in this movie theater because of how cool it is, but there's just no reason to stay. And if you guys could follow along with all of that analogy, you should kind of get the gist of the situation that New World is in. If you couldn't follow along, don't feel bad, I barely knew what I was saying either. To carry on that analogy a little bit though, by delaying the release, all the Amazon Studios has to do is kind of just change the movie that's playing on the screen, and the game has a really good chance of being big. And with a year's more worth of development time, I think it's definitely a possibility. Keeping the game under NDA was honestly a really smart decision here, but come August 25th, you'll be able to see for yourselves, alongside me and other creators, what New World had to offer in its current state, which has led us into more anticipation on what we can expect spring 2021. Because let's be honest, they already did a massive gameplay shift from the loot drop full PvP game to what it is now, and that was just a few months ago. I can't imagine how much will change from the upcoming closed beta test in August to when it releases in spring 2021. The only downside will be if Elion launches in North America in that time, then it might face some tight competition, but we'll have to wait and see. And by the looks of things, the next big release we have to look forward to is going to be Ashes of Creation Alpha 1. Now, New World for me definitely isn't going to be a replacement for the hype that I have for Ashes of Creation. Heck, if it launches in spring 2021, that would likely be in the same expected launch window for AOC's Alpha 2. And I feel like the hype that is built up for AOC is so high that even competing with an Alpha 2 test of the game will be tough for New World. But moving forward, once Amazon Game Studios has settled on the direction they are taking for the game, if they drop the NDA and get some hype going, then it can definitely pick up steam. There are some obvious key differences in design that New World is taking that makes it stand out from other competing MMORPGs, such as its Dark Soul-esque combat with animation locking, and the theme is particularly unique in that it focuses on the colonial era over the typical full-on fantasy setting with magic and dragons, instead bringing in weapons like muskets. I'm not sure how appealing that is to a typical MMORPG fan, but it's definitely something we haven't seen much of before. Me personally though, I prefer a Lord of the Rings style setting over one that looks like I'm playing in the movie The Patriot alongside Mel Gibson. What I feel New World is really lacking on, outside of gameplay though, is presence and communication. I've gotten a bit spoiled from following Ashes of Creation with the creative director Steve being so open about what the game is doing, that going back to a studio that gives these calculated and curated press releases and responses without any real answers is just kind of tiring and exhausting, and I don't feel like anyone really has any idea what's going on behind the scenes of New World. What exactly prompted the delay, and what are they even trying to do to fix it? The only responses we got from them is that the delay is due to alpha tester feedback without anything specific being said on what they are working on to improve. Is it PvP? Is it PvE? Is it group content? Leveling experience? Moving forward, I hope to see over the next year that they also improve their transparency with the community, as I feel that would help people get more excited for the vision of their game rather than being kept in the dark. But that's it for this video. I'd like to hear your thoughts though on New World's closed beta test coming up in 2 weeks. Will you guys be playing it, or will you be watching from afar? It would be kind of cool if we could get a bunch of us together on stream and just wreak havoc on one of the New World game servers, but we'll see how it turns out. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Have a great day. I am booping out. Boop.